Hey, what's going on, guys? Got another EDC for you today. Today is Halloween, so happy Halloween. So because it's Halloween, I chose to put a couple different things in my EDC that I don't normally carry. You might see a couple of them here. But let's just jump right into it, and let's just start with the basics. Here's the wallet. This is the big skinny wallet. This is just my favorite wallet of all time, pretty much, at least out of the ones that I have experienced. This thing is just super slim. You never notice this on you. Carries everything you need to carry. Wow, it's just super compact. So it's a really cool wallet. Big skinny. Next, the pen. This is still the Hoffman Richards Tactical Stinger pen. I do have a couple other pens that I like, but they're just more basic pens. This one is just a very durable pen, and I just mostly like it for that. It writes really well. I haven't need to replace the inserts in it yet, although I do have extras that came with this. But the Hoffman Richard. Next is the very beat up Through Night TI5. Now this thing, as you can see, is just ridiculously beat up. Here, let me get this to focus. There we go. It's just super beat up. But on the clip, that's what the finish was before. It was a nice stone wash, and now look at it. But it's amazing light still. It works perfectly fine. Here it is. It's very bright. It's just an amazing light. Still carry this thing. Next on the list, let's talk about this little guy. This is just another little, I guess, multi-tool of sorts that I found. There's the brand, if that cares for anything. It's just really basic. It goes in your keychain, or I guess you can even carry it in your pocket if you like. It just has some fun tools. A file, can opener, screwdrivers. You have all the different hex wrenches in here. Ruler. There's cool tools like that. So a cool little tool that I figured I'd show you guys today. Here are some of the things that are different for Halloween that I figured I'd bring up. Because it's Halloween, I felt like carrying a scary knife some. Now this is a heavy knife, so I did not carry this every day. But I felt like just throwing in this guy. This is the Gonzo, I believe it's the 707. Check, yeah, 707. This is just a cheap little stiletto. It's push button auto. It's a cheap thing, but it has a nice action. And this is a ProTech design, I believe. I believe it's like the Godson. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe it's like the ProTech Godson. But it's got a nice stone wash to it. Bayonet blade, of course. So it's just a nice little, I guess, scary thing. It's just like a snappy piece. Just because it's fun to play with. On top of that, my bad. One more. There we go. Just a basic Zippo. Nothing special about it. It's got a stone wash. I have to say, I haven't carried a Zippo in a very long time. I used to carry it more. Now I'll carry just not a lighter or a Bic. A lighter is the tool I use the least. I really just carry it. It's like that emergency type thing. Although sometimes you will find me using it like with paracord or something. That's why it's nice to have one of these. But it's just a nice little tool to carry, and it's just fun for Halloween since it's a flashy piece too. So these are my Halloween items. Here are the other blades I was carrying. Once again, I still have not reviewed the M16 or even this guy right here. I was supposed to do those this month, along with maybe a review of the Mora Classic 2, I believe. But I just didn't get around to it. And I know I said this in my last EDC, but I will get around to doing those videos. I feel super committed to these ones, and apparently I don't to the others. I don't know. I realized today when I was going to film this, since I filmed these on the last day of the month, that I hadn't filmed anything else since my last EDC. So it had been a month since my last video. But I am sorry for that, and I will get reviews out of those soon. But this is the M16. There's tons of different versions of this. There you can see its model. It had to break in some with the lock. I might have mentioned that in my last EDC. I think I carried this last month last month too. Its lock was really tough. Its lock bar. It's gotten better. It's still a little tough, but it's definitely still able to be operated with one hand. Now, before it wasn't entirely. It's got a nice action to it. These, some people call them thumb stubs. I just called them blade stops because they're kind of hard to deploy. You can kind of get it, but not all the time. You can get it close. But I just using the blade stops. I always just use the flipper. That was a bad flip, sorry. I just always use the flipper. So that is my smaller knife. And even compared to this isn't a large knife either. This is, wow, I'm just full of bad deployments today. This is the Benchmade 940-2. Wow, we have a lot of glare on that. Let me drop the lights. Okay, it might be a little better. So the Benchmade 940-2, one of my favorite knives of all time, as you guys know. Osborne design. I talk about this thing all the time. I carry it all the time. Just a ridiculously smooth action. Just a really great knife. Amazing knife. You all know. It is. I saw a video a while ago. I believe it was by the late Boy Scout, and he talked about this knife being his favorite out of the 940 series, which I kind of disagree with. I have not held a 940-1, although I have a basic 940 and a 943. This one might be my second favorite, but I have a feeling, even if the balance is a little different, that I would prefer the 941 to the 942. The 941 is the same design, but with an upgraded steel and then carbon fiber handles. And me loving carbon fiber, I would probably like that more than this one, even. It is more expensive. I believe it's like $250 instead of like $200 or $280. So eventually you might see me trading for that or just buying that one eventually. But for right now, I am sticking with this knife. I still love it, of course. This one has the G10, which is totally fine for me. It's just I might end up upgrading it. It's an amazing knife, so definitely check one out. But now my last thing I want to talk about was some days I won't carry all of this stuff. You'll see me and I might not even have anything. It depends on what I'm wearing. Now, most of the time, you'll see me with at least this and this in my pocket. That is my minimal carry for the most part. You might see a flashlight or a pen in there too. But you'll see something like this. This is my minimal carry. If I'm wearing pants that I couldn't carry all this in, if I'm not just wearing shorts or something, then that is my go-to. And also, I won't carry 3 knives on a daily basis. I will rarely carry 2, and if I do, it would be these. I'll normally just swap them around through the different months, and that's why I show all 3 in these EDC, or through the different days, and that's why I show all of them in this EDC. The Zippo, mostly a Halloween thing for me. So is the Italian. Well, it's not even Italian, it's just a modern Italian, I guess. I don't know, I'm not a stiletto guy, I'm sorry. But then this is my carry for the most part. Just it's fairly minimal. Yes, okay, this might be on my keys. But this is just the basic carry of mine. You have 940, you have one of these two, maybe both, and then my wallet. And that's my very minimal basic carry on some days when I can't carry all this stuff. And yes, some days, even if I could, I won't, just because I want to go light or I want to swap some of this stuff around. It really depends. But these are all the things that I've been swapping through this month. And so this is this month's carry. So thank you guys for watching. Happy Halloween to all you guys out there. Peace out.